First of all, as we have said, avoid taking people with you. Tell them you are going somewhere and give them a sense of where you are going. If they cannot go, they cannot go. This does not mean that your relationship has failed. It does not mean that they are stupid or foolish, and it does not mean that you are better than they are. It simply means that you cannot go on together. You are taking a different path. Take it. Follow it. Avoid trying to bring them with you. Avoid staying behind trying to persuade them, convince them or justify your mysterious life. Bless them and release them. Recognize your diverging paths. It is fine. It is natural. Next, avoid trying to determine where you are going. You know you are doing something important. You know you are doing something that has a spiritual foundation. You know you are doing something that is good for you even if at moments you are in grave doubt about it. You know you must go on. You know you cannot go back to where you were before. You know you want to be free. Yet beyond this, avoid trying to determine where you are going because you will not know. All you know is that you must proceed. As you advance and become more mature as a student of knowledge, you will see the great value of this. Yet if you try to get ahead of yourself, it will cause all kinds of confusion and misinterpretations. At the outset, the need to understand and to justify yourself is born of an old understanding which is based upon many false things. However, now you are basing your life on something true and sound, consistent and permanent, real and genuine. Trust yourself. Trust knowledge within you. Do not keep pulling yourself aside and asking, "Am I doing the right thing? Is this the right thing?" over and over again. Do not badger yourself with this incessant questioning, for there is no answer except to proceed. Follow this and you will follow knowledge. Hold back and you will be resorting to your old ideas once again. Do not let your fear take you away, for it will only return you to the past, to a previous belief in security which you are now working to be free of. Maximum security in this regard is a maximum security prison. You have been imprisoned, and you do not want to return. However, if you go a little ways and stop and say, "Well, I do not want to go into something I do not understand. I do not know where I am going. What should I do? What will happen to me?" and you let your imagination take over and create all kinds of fearful and horrible images for you, then you will be in a very uncomfortable position. You will prevent yourself from going forward, but you will know that you cannot go back. Then you will be stuck right where you are. You have not become free of the mind yet. You must break from its authority so that you can exercise your authority. The mind exercises authority because you do not. It is not because the mind is a tyrant or a terrible thing. The mind simply provides assurance when assurance is not provided for it. It is like an orphan child who must fend for itself until it finds a safe parent or guardian. Knowledge is your guardian. Knowledge is your greater self. However, until you can fully realize it is your greater self, it will seem like a parent or a guardian. It will seem like a guide, like a true friend. Follow knowledge and you will return to yourself, and you will find others who are a part of your mission and journey here. Next, avoid trying to tie what you're doing to something you already believe in. If you value a certain philosophy, religion or set of ideals and you want to make sure that what you're doing is consistent with them, you will be pulling yourself backwards. Just as you cannot take people with you, you cannot take ideas with you. It is amazing that people are often far more attached to their ideas than they are even to other people. This is because they are more identified with their ideas than with anything else. Some people can walk away from a relationship, but they are so bound to their ideas, their beliefs or their assumptions that they are not free to leave them. This is what it means to wear a crown of thorns. This is when the mind is a crown of thorns. You wear it, but it torments you. It seems to give you a kingly title, but in fact it is a harness of misery. It seems to elevate you and give you stature in the world, but in fact it cuts you and hurts you, binds you and mucks you. In order for the mind to become a halo instead of a crown of thorns, you must affirm your authority. You realize your strength by exercising your authority. In learning the way of knowledge, you will have to exercise your authority again and again in order to keep your mind free and open. Therefore, Avoid trying to associate your old ideas and cherished ideals with what you are doing now because you cannot take them with you. They are like old relationships and old places. Do not drag them along. Let the river of life carry you. Do not cling to the rocks. Do not try to take the rocks with you. Do not try to take the scenery of your mind with you, which is the whole array of your ideas and beliefs, fears and goals. Next, avoid falling in love. When we say falling in love, we are talking about creating a fantasy with another. Romantic love, fantasy, is the epitome of the personal mind's self-indulgence. In an attempt to validate itself and to justify its existence, it seeks union with another for this purpose. It cannot join with another. It can only use another to validate itself. This is the basis for romantic love. What you must find instead is recognition and the ability to participate with another. A beautiful face, a lovely set of eyes, a wonderful image, a charming or exotic personality, anything that attracts you and mesmerizes you, anything that holds your attention against your will, anything that keeps your mind fixated on its own ideas and prevents it from gaining access to knowledge, these things represent a romantic approach to relationships, and these you must avoid. Has your past not taught you this already? Do you need to be disappointed again and again in order to find out that this involvement leads nowhere? When you finally realize the real condition of the relationship, then the dream of romance is dispelled and you are left with your lack of real relationship with the other person. People can be mesmerized by each other for years and never have any sense of who the other person is. And yet when they finally become sober, as life sobers them through its hardships and its challenges, they find that they are not really compatible with each other and that their association is shallow and temporary. Then there is great disappointment, anger and resentment. Avoid falling in love. Seek real relationship. In real relationship you will feel tremendous affection, resonance and the desire to share your life. However, this is quite different from the falling in love experience that people value and hold so dear. Watch your movies and read your books all about the grandeur and the ecstasy, the danger and the uncertainty of romance. Then ask yourself if there is any real relationship there or if this is just a grand interlude, a way to escape mundane life, a way to have a wonderful dream together, a dream that seems to liberate you from all of your concerns and responsibilities. Avoid falling in love. It will take years of your life away from you. It will rob you and leave you empty and poor. You will gamble your life away falling in love, gambling on something frivolous that is without hope or promise. Next, avoid trying to make knowledge affirm what you want. Here you find someone you want, something you want or someplace you want to go and you go to knowledge and you say, "Can I go? Is it okay?" If you want only approval, you will give it to yourself and you will say, "Yes, I feel this is correct. My knowledge tells me this is correct." Yet if you go to the real allies in your life, they will look at you and shake their heads, for they will know. However, if you associate with people who do not have this capacity, oh, yes, they will assure you that it is a wonderful thing to do. Avoid trying to make knowledge give you what you want or support what you want. Instead, ask knowledge, "Show me what I need to know and to do. Do not let me waste my life. Do not let me gamble with my existence." Give knowledge this privilege, and it will support you and serve you in ever greater ways. Next, avoid thinking that your life is going to be grand. People often think that because they are on a spiritual journey of some kind, they are going to be healers, magnificent beings, gurus, teachers, saints, pilgrims, wise men, wise women, avatars, oracles and so forth. This is all romance. Romance here is as damaging and pointless as romance in any other relationship, except that it is more difficult to unravel because it looks self-edifying. Your role in life will be simple and hidden in almost all cases. If you were to become known, it is in a way a misfortune because the world will prey upon you, and others will use you and abuse you. They will infiltrate your life and attempt to take your gifts away from you. They will manipulate you, they will malign you, they will curse you, and they will praise you. This is reality. That is why only in rare cases will a man or woman of knowledge become a public figure. And they will have to face the tribulation that accompanies this privilege. The wise remain hidden for a very good reason. And yet, when you consider this idea, you will see how much it goes against your ambition and your personal motives. After all, you may not want to give your life and devote yourself to something that will not glorify you. Even the religions of the world offer many different images of self-glorification: to become a Buddha, to become an avatar, to become Christ-like, to become a shining example that everyone flocks to for inspiration, healing and beneficence.